Howdy folks,
Hello, everyone.
and welcome back to Space Marine 2 on Veteran difficulty. Two OGs play, Jill and Jack and Jill. Do not do tips, tricks, guides, walkthroughs, speedruns, 100% trophies, or achievements. Play games for fun, been doing it for many years, plan on doing it for many more, because that's what we do. We like to play games, and more than that, we enjoy sharing our playthroughs with you, dear viewer. Because it can be hard to organize events with friends and family, get them on over some couch co-op, but you want to know what's real simple? Hop on one of these videos. It's like you invite us into your home, we invite you into ours, but there's less mess to clean up because you don't have to feed us, there's no gas money required, and you can kick us out at any time. So for the next couple hours, let's just hang out, ramble on, have fun. Maybe you'll see games you've never thought about picking up before, or, well, kind of hard. This one came out maybe a year ago, less than a year ago. It's kind of all over the place. Everybody was talking about it. Anywho, thanks for joining. To my subscribers, I want to say thank you to each and every one of y'all, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing these videos, especially for consumer, which I do them, and I promise, because of how amazing and great y'all have been to me over the years. As long as one of you stays subscribed, I'm going to keep doing videos. And drive by Redneck Computers, howdy. And I am going to recommend... Why am I doing that? I don't know why I'm doing that. I am going to recommend Disney's The Black Hole for no reason other than it's sci-fi.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Oh crap! You got the weird tunnel sound again because for whatever reason. For whatever reason.
I'll just
stuff.
I will keep talking until you tell me not to. Yeah, I wanted to check out your room to see what you got in here. Got some magazines under the bed. I can't crouch because Space Marines can't crouch. Can they crouch in their armor? I guess they can kneel, probably. But you're not crouching in this armor. But then why would Space Marines need to crouch? They don't go for cover. Yeah, so not much in here. Some candles, a chainsword, some ribbons, lots of skulls. Because of course everyone has skulls in Warhammer. A bare bones room, I guess. Got a book. He likes to read, whatever book that is. Probably the Emperor's biography. Right? That's what that book is, the Emperor's biography. That's what I'm going with.
I mean, we could hear you. I just want to see where you're gonna go.
Oh, okay. So let's see.
For now, anyways, until it does that damn stuff again.
Yeah, come. All right. No, this guy over here, he's sweeping. See, that's the guy I was talking about.
Oh yeah. He's not doing very
Yeah.
good.
Little custodial work. He's just moving it around. You're not actually sweeping it, sir. Yeah, right.
That would take like to do just this floor.
I bet if we looked up close at the broom, there'd be a skull on it.
Right there at like the end of it.
Yeah.
Oh, top 10 list is books to movies. Books. Top 10 books we'd like to see turned into movies. So.
Hey, can you raise your volume a little bit?
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh my God! Why is it doing that?
What's up?
Why did it change the volume like that again?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Now you're right. Yeah, you were lower for some reason.
That is weird. Why did it change the volume again? Thought I turned that off. Yeah, you just let me know when that happens again.
Okay.
Am I okay for now?
Yeah, no, you're good.
That's weird. Yeah, that happens sometimes. I thought it had something to do with Steam auto-adjusting the volume between our calls. So. Yeah, top 10 books made into movies. Be a tough one. For me. Less so for him. But I'm going to start it off
glad to hear it.
I actually don't know if there's been any movies. I'm not counting any of the Don Quixote movies as being Don Quixote movies because they are not. So my first one's going to be a Don Quixote movie. A proper Don Quixote movie. Where did I put that list? I had it on. No, it's not on. Alright, so I gotta go back. Sorry, folks, I'm trying to find. Ah, there's books and movies. Don Quixote.
Okay.
There's never been a very good or true successful Don Quixote movie. There's
How
been
many
some
have
stage
there?
plays. There's been I think there's been like 5, 6 of them. Though to be fair, I haven't watched like some of the ones that were done in Spain. So
Okay. Were any done by anyone I would know?
what was the guy who did Brazil? Did Time Bandits used to work with Monty Python?
Terry Gilliam?
Yes, Terry Gilliam did a terrible Don Quixote movie that was in production hell for many years. I had high hopes for, but then it got released, and then all those hopes were dashed.
Interesting. He did 12 Monkeys too, didn't he?
Yeah, 12 Monkeys.
Yeah.
Why do I have a white dot in the center of my screen?
Oh, I've had that, I think.
Oh, no way now.
Yeah.
My number 2. I know, I'm leaning on the classics here. But Dante's Inferno. Proper Dante's Inferno. Once again, not like inspired by. I don't mind having like little twists and stuff. It doesn't have to be a verboten, you know, ye old English or whatever language. But just to be able to witness the actual imagery from the books, follow the story.
They chose to reveal their presence.
So Dante's Inferno is my number 2.
Yeah, a couple of mine are going to be... Oh, are we doing each one does their 10, or are we just like yesterday?
Oh, like yesterday, just throw them out there.
Okay, good.
You know,
I
we're
would
gonna
like
still be... Yeah, this is going to be like yesterday... well, the other video, not necessarily yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of throw them out there because we just got this list announced to us when we started recording. So we haven't had any prep time. We're not Batman.
Well, I mean, they don't know that.
That's true. I'm Batman. I was going to make a thing about prep time, but I guess he wins even without prep time or something. I forgot how it goes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, a couple of mine off the top of my head are going to be ones we've probably even talked about before, so. Like my first will be The Man Who Was Thursday, which we've mentioned, or we've talked before, is my favorite book. I don't, as far as I know, it hasn't been adapted. I don't know how it exactly would be adapted because it's kind of a. There are multiple interpretations about what the book is even about.
Yeah.
I'd like to see someone take a shot at it. Honestly, I don't have anybody in mind.
Oh God, I couldn't even.
You know, maybe Wes Anderson, maybe. Yeah, maybe Wes Anderson. But I've never been good at those things where, you know, usually matching someone up with something like that. But
no, I haven't read it in a long time. But that's like a horror thriller kind of thing, right?
Oh, The Man Who Was Thursday? No, it's like a really weird. Like the subtitle is like a nightmare or something. It's just really weird. A guy that infiltrates a group of anarchists, basically. spoilers, even though you find out in the first
Is
chapter.
it meant to be serious?
I don't know. I really don't.
Maybe
Not
because Wes Anderson has done books. He did the Fantastic Mr. Fox, which was a book, but there were changes.
Very well.
But depending upon how
Put you at ease.
Mega Scalio will be in the armor.
serious it is.
is surreal the right term? I guess.
It's partially my bad for having. I literally have not read that in like 30 years.
Yeah. It's about the just to refresh your memory, the guy who works for Scotland Yard, the police who infiltrates the anarchists.
That's about all I remember.
Because he's trying to find Sunday. They're trying to find Sunday because there's some big thing that's going to happen, and then over the course of him finding it, he comes across other people in the anarchist group. And I mean, I don't want to get too far into it. Hold on.
I mean, based off of that, it could work. I mean, it kind of sort of bears resemblance to the French Dispatch that Wes Anderson did.
Yeah, but it's the full title is the man who is Thursday, a nightmare. And this, I mean, I'm just reading what Wikipedia says. A metaphysical thriller.
Okay.
But I've read.
I mean,
we've talked about this when we talked about our favorite books. I think I've literally read multiple articles people have written, and I'm not saying anyone is correct, that have so varied viewpoints about what the story is. So I guess I would be more curious than anything just to see what the heck someone would come up with, right?
yeah. For a lot of people, Lovecraft, you get face to face with Cthulhu, they see it and they're like, cosmic horror, my mind's shattered, and I'd be just like, it's just a Tuesday.
Yeah. Squid. It's a big squid.
No, go away, little singer dog. Why are you doing that?
Anybody but like Michael Bay, because then it would just be one big explosion, right?
I mean, that
I just
meta
joke.
physics.
I joke because I do like The Rock,
Which was redacted.
which
Yeah, The Rock's
that was, yeah.
inspiration for that one Call of Duty.
Hunt down the heretics.
He's got good movies. It's just,
No, I
You
mean,
gotta
like,
know
they did
really-
the shower thing in one of the Call of Duties.
yeah, I played that. That was really cool.
Oh, I've never
I
played.
expect the greatest
Oh, yeah,
battle
it's pretty neat.
No, he's done some good movies. Really, it's
Yeah.
really the Transformers stuff that burned me out of anything he does.
Pretty much. Number 2 is one that we've also talked about, so I'll just toss it out there. Pearl, psychic pig
Sorry,
horror
how's the
movie. Right. For those of you who are not familiar, Pearl is a horror book about a evil psychic pig.
Yes, brother.
Yeah.
And I mention this every time I mention that, but it's better. It's not as goofy as it sounds. It's really not.
Now, understand this, viewers. We brought this story up before. Now you understand my disappointment when I finally got around to watching the movie Pearl,
My
because he
faith
told
is
me
without
about
compromise.
Pearl and how I should check out the movie Pearl, and I thought it was about the book he had told me about before, and I was like, cool, psychic pigs. It is not the book.
And it's interesting. We've talked about this before. I had watched the movie before I read the book, so when I came across the title of the book, I almost
thought it
skipped
was
past it, thinking it was a novelization of the movie.
What a twist.
And then I just happened to see the part about the psychic pig, and I'm like, okay, hold on. But it sounds goofy, but it's a lot more horrific than it sounds. Evil psychic pig, but I want it very specifically done in an animated Charlotte's Web type version.
The apothecaries may not have time for a thorough diagnostic, but they've given me their sanction to do so. Now settle in. This will take time.
But didn't we already talk to this guy?
Yeah, they want us to do it again.
Okay.
I paranoidly went to the sound settings because I felt like my voice was getting softer.
Oh.
And it was at 65. I don't know why it's doing this. It needs to stop. Zero issues yesterday with it. I mean, last video.
Titus,
Last video. Yeah, you were fine last video.
Yeah, now it's doing this monkey business again.
I can find no explanation.
Oh wait, was this the apothecary? They were like, go check out the apothecary to make sure you're okay.
Oh no, this isn't Apothecary.
Oh, okay.
This is our.
That's like, yeah, okay. I thought it was the same guy.
No, Apothecaries are going to be Space Marines.
Of Olympus Mons.
Oh, okay. So the medics are space marines.
Yeah, yeah. They have a thing to pull out a gene seed. I don't know if you read that thing I sent you, but
Not yet.
all right. This is just our loadouts. Maybe we get new loadouts.
Oh yeah.
We do. But we don't get the one that I like.
Oh, well, I get my Stalker bolt rifle.
Guess I'll try that.
Don't want the plasma. I like the heavy.
Yeah, I do too. Power. Unlimited power. Oh, we get the power sword. Oh, I'll mess with that.
I really want that hammer, but I'll try the sword. 554.
Of munitions
I don't know what the plus means. I plus 4.
Yeah, I don't know
Like,
either.
with inventory.
Why is it moving my volume down? Stop doing that!
I have a third one just to get out of the way that we've talked about before. It's actually Winterset Hollow.
Menials are still scarring gore from his
I'd like to see that adapted into some form of movie. Doesn't necessarily have to be animated. Although, I mean, I think given the choice, most of my stuff would be animated because, I mean, I like animation more than live action. But Winterset Hollow is, it's probably not, well, I'm not going to describe the book because it would be spoiling it. But Winterset Hollow, I'll just leave that as my number 3. I know it's not exciting, but I'm not going to talk too much about it.
No, that's
Is that
right. I
one-
mean, I didn't
that
talk
one
too much
probably
about
is-
my two. So.
But
Why is
I am
this-
now
is he
going to...
sliding on your screen?
Ooh, your guy?
Chiron.
No, he's standing still.
He was like backwards sliding.
I think he's confused.
He's
Come on, buddy.
Stuff. Nope, there he is. Look at him.
No, he's walking on my
He's
screen.
walking on. He's walking backwards. Or he's sliding backwards on mine. All right.
Maybe it'll catch up once we load up somewhere.
Yeah.
But I'm going to do a much better job of trying to pick things that were not on my list before. So I just wanted to get 3 easy ones out of the way. Get my mind going.
My number 3. Blood Tithe.
Oh, damn you.
As a horror movie
I probably would have chose that one.
for Warhammer
Good call.
40k about
Good call.
the Carcharodons and the Night Lords both trying to... Well, the Carcharodons are trying to restock and resupply their some of their recruits. It's called the Blood Tithe. And the Night Lords show up. And it's got a pretty good theme for like the horror setting, so I recommend the book. Not so much the second book, but that's kind of... It's always hard to do Tyranids because they don't really have the same kind of characterization and personalities, of course, as factions that aren't just one giant, omnipresent, omnipotent, all-powerful, sentient being that is actually billions and trillions and zillions of other organisms.
Understood.
So,
My thanks, brother.
I will back up that, and that probably, if I'd have thought about it, definitely would have been on my list. Great book. Would absolutely watch a horror action type movie starring the best Warhammer faction, the Carcharodons.
and they would all be played by The Rock. He would do a Nutty Professor, the Eddie Murphy version, where he plays like every role. So they would all be The Rock. No, that's how you ruin a movie for me. Alright, hold on, let me check. I feel like I'm getting softer.
I don't know. I think you sound okay.
Yeah. I keep putting
Oh.
it to 90 and then
It just keeps going down still.
yeah, it keeps doing it automatically. I don't know why. I don't know why. I gotta figure it out. I had solved it, I thought, but I guess I didn't.
We must find a way to restore power. Servo Scar, how do we fix the elevator?
Operation without full
Servo
repair is
Scar.
unwise. You may override safety protocols via the control room at your own risk.
Oh, is that? Oh, that's the floaty thing. Is the servo skull?
Yeah, it's a human skull that, well, gets turned into a servo skull.
Check on display.
That performs a whole bunch of different functions.
Engines here. Your cogitator has remained idle for 3 hours.
Everything's skulls.
So I want to ask this, and I mean this as a serious question. I'm not trying to make fun of Warhammer Space Marines at all, but I'm legit
They're here.
curious. Is there a faction of Space Marines that, and I want to phrase this correctly, is not like, I was thinking about this, about how to phrase it. Like, not hippies, but or peaceful people, but like not violent. I mean, like they've kind of chosen a like they've maybe broken off and decided they don't want to, just kill things.
No.
Okay. Does what I'm asking make sense?
Yeah. Part of the reason is because the process of becoming a Space Marine requires getting a gene seed, which is a piece of a Primarch, and they
Right, yeah.
Kind of like
You have no
Matrix,
choice.
almost at that point, where like whenever the agents would take over a body, kind of sort of like that.
Okay.
So
they have no choice but to.
yeah.
I mean, they're just
now
gonna
the
be.
ones considered the most compassionate, who actually care about the lives of, say,
That might be a better way of phrasing it, actually.
are the actually end up being the salamanders. So like they genuinely care about loss of life for like Imperial Guards. You don't see them as anything more than. Whereas most of them see the Imperial Guard as like just tools used for the Emperor, for the Emperor's
Okay.
goals. Then you have the Raven Guard, who are known for being more strategic. They will use cover in tactics, because kind of one of the in jokes is that Space Marines just kind of move forward, and they don't use cover. They don't really use tactics, but the Raven Guard are a faction well known for doing that.
So the salamanders care about the lives of the guard.
Or I mean, in general, like they're more.
In any like
compassionate.
for like non-Imperium people.
Oh God, no, they're not. They won't go that way. So like any
So if they're not part of the.
any Xenos, they're not. They're still as hateful towards anything alien as other.
Not even enemy alien, but just anything
Just
not
alien.
part
Yeah,
of
there's
their.
not a big tolerance for aliens.
Okay.
They can and have been known to work alongside them at times, but that doesn't equate them not hating them. If that makes sense.
Like they would work with another race if alien race if they needed to.
Extreme dire needs, yeah.
Okay.
So, like, for example, one of the ones that caused a lot of hubbub in the community back in the day was the Blood Angels, who are the ones I told you about. They their gene seed is prone to causing them to have to drink blood, and they eventually suffer a thing called the Black Frenzy, which turns them. They're basically like constantly hungry, ferocious vampire creatures at that point. So they have to put them in a death company kind of thing. They teamed up with the Necrons, which are a group of ancient aliens who survived by making a deal with star gods from beyond the stars, who put their souls inside of metal robots,
Spire is infested.
and then they eventually overthrew those gods, killed them, and took their remains and put them in what are called star shards, so that they can summon them in a minor version variant whenever they go to war. So they basically enslaved the gods that were trying to enslave them. Because their promise was, we'll give you immortality and the power to beat the Eldar. You just have to become our robot manservant.
Watch for their lieutenant.
They did.
Come taste my steel.
Man, he's going down, huh?
This is too easy.
You still got me okay?
Oh yeah, yeah. Sure.
Is over the rooftop
Now I'm just
ahead.
paranoid.
Clear the debris and proceed.
The Tyranids will
All
make
right, another
ruin of
one.
the entire city,
Because
given
I'm
a
going to be
chance.
cheap. Number 4. A Gotrek and Felix movie. Which is a fantasy version of two of the Warhammer Fantasy's most beloved characters. About a dwarf and a human poet who hooked up when the human poet got drunk during a tax revolution in the Empire. Teamed up with a dwarf and were out for ransom, and the human had agreed to follow the dwarf around until he could find his death. Do you remember the Slayer that you played in Chaos Bane?
Yes.
Gotrek is like the most renowned of them. Alright, once let's
Okay.
go that way, I don't want to go that way. 'Cause there might be stuff over there. Probably not, but still. But yeah, Gotrek and Felix movie. The great thing about it is the way it's set up is each book is as if we're reading his transcriptions of their adventures. And that would formulate very easy. There's a Guardian Relic there if you want it. Into a, like a trilogy.
Reload.
No doubt. Only duty.
Inspiration, of course, from something
Um,
like Lord of the Rings. Then again, some of the effects, the monsters and stuff might be William King's versions. Probably after William King left, the Gotrek and Felix novels kind of went downhill a bit. But there's a med stem.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grab and use it because that's what I do.
I'll probably do. Heads up, it's going to be one more. Probably Warhammer book.
Nice shot.
Nice shot.
Um,
Oh yeah.
just looking up here, the glare, the star, and the up this way.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, it just looks really neat. It's a good looking game.
Yeah, very good. And it helps with the aesthetic style of the setting. You know, you
Yeah.
got like the Gothic cathedral like
Xenos have the high ground.
Then take it from
setting.
them.
Whoa, cover does not last. What?
Yeah, this Stalker rifle is just really good with the zoom in. Pretty good with the headshots when I hit. There we go. But I wish it carried more ammo. Whoa, shoot. What the heck was that?
There's sniper guy.
Another sniper? Jeez. He killed like 2 or 3, I thought. Where's he at?
Looks like he's using a venom cannon. I don't like to do that. No, it doesn't really. It looks like a large.
Shot grenades.
This will get us to the objective.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Create shock area that slows enemies and deals damage over time. Alright, area did not.
Oh, heal. They heal. That's nice. That's neat.
What heals?
Is that what it said? The shot grenades?
No, slows enemies.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, am I
Oh, deals down. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
getting
I wasn't-
quiet again?
No, I just I misheard.
Paranoia. It's only paranoia when you're wrong. Number 5, and this is going to be my last one. Otherwise, I honestly could fill these with like Warhammer stuff. Black Hearts. This would be an easy one to do. There's an omnibus you can pick up. I have probably like 3 copies of it. It's what was the one with the
Very good.
military guys or criminals? Inglorious
Oh,
Bastards.
Dirty Dozen?
Yes, it's Dirty Dozen, but Warhammer Fantasy.
Oh, no
Literally,
kidding.
It's a Dirty Dozen Warhammer Fantasy.
That's something I'd be interested in reading, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Well written.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. Could have gone with something like the Nagash trilogy, but those are lengthy and wordy.
Sounds like the
Still really good
mechanism is
books.
damaged. It may take time.
Who wants to
Seeing
watch
as
a
how,
movie about a villain?
The Dirty Dozen is my favorite war movie.
Eliminate them.
Oh, great. That's why they gave us a shot grenades.
Oh, okay.
Rather build defend. There were explosive things.
Oh, there's a sniper. You got the sniper?
Yeah.
This is not going well.
Hold still,
Shit.
brother. I am
Yeah, he just got me.
throwing shots.
Damn. Alright. Ha, too easy my ass.
Use those shot grenades. Cannot dodge like that with
They never learn.
heavy gun.
Better.
My lord, we may now cross the bridge.
Proceed to the objective.
So calmly. My lord, we can now cross the bridge.
It's Chiron, man. What do you expect?
The healer.
He's
He's the
the-
healer, man.
He's the
He's the MVP so far.
main hero.
I
of the
mean,
story.
better than me.
Strength again. Did the apothecaries identify the cause of your collapse?
Focus on the mission, Sergeant.
As you wish, my lord.
Reloading weapon.
I just want my grenade launcher gun back. What's this? Auto bolt rifle. Yeah, fine.
Let us get to work.
So, despite this video not airing on the day that is apparently Dinosaur Day,
Yeah.
I'm gonna add another thing into the mix. 3 must-watch dinosaur movies for Dinosaur Day.
Can I give the obvious?
Yes, go for it. And I will not
Jurassic
pick it
Park.
because yes, Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Very much.
The controls to restore power.
Probably.
Well, we'll do it this way. You do one, then I do one. All right. Then
Okay.
that way, if I say one that then you can't use it, it kind of requires us to think.
I hope someday we'll do top 10 sounds because you know what would be on there for me.
Yes,
Yes.
it is very.
But
good.
Jurassic Park would be my one.
My number 1 then would be Land Before Time.
Okay.
Only the first one.
'Kay. 'Kay. Not the 26
Not-
or
yeah, right.
27. Um,
check all of them out though. It's like how, why?
right?
What is going on?
It worked. Let's get down there. Practical. There's a shortcut across the rooftops to the east.
Good.
No.
Now you're stumped. That's it. They only two Jurassic Park and Land Before Time.
What motive do these creatures have to attack this facility?
While I'm thinking of one, I want to mention that,
Seeds carried by the
and you can check out the prior video for this list. We did a list of crossovers. One that I was contemplating was Denver, the Last Dinosaur in Jurassic Park. Like Hammond finds out about Denver, and he like wants to put him in the park, capture him.
They will not get past this.
Oh man, jeez. Are all the dinosaur movies I'm thinking of in my head, they're all Jurassic Park related? But obviously there's got to be more, right?
Oh yeah, there's tons of times. But it's at a point now where it's like now we're gonna be dropping drastically in quality.
Yeah, probably. But while we're thinking of that, I can go ahead and give my number 4 movie or book to be a movie. The Library at Mount Char. Another weird book about a group of kids who were kidnapped, taken away by a godlike being, and each one of them were given like a specialty to learn. Like there was one whose job was to learn about anything combat related, and there was one whose job was to learn about anything medical related. All to, man, it's so hard to describe. You know what? I'm not even gonna try because then I'll wind up dead. I remember thinking the book was underwhelming, honestly, but I'd like to see it tried as a movie, maybe. The Library at Mount Char. And it's a weird name, and there's a reason it has that weird name too. But that'd be my number 4. I don't know why I'm thinking of these books that, I mean, they're just like, they would be so hard to describe, but I apologize for that, people, but hey. What happens when you do it, you know,
Off the cuff like this. And,
off the cuff, right? You get,
while you're dealing with.
also, I'm trying not to die, so. It was a book that was actually, I guess it wasn't a bad book. I was just disappointed because I expected it to be better. But I mean, that could entirely be my fault, right? Sometimes that's true, sometimes it's not, but you know, you get it in your head that something's going to be so good and it's not quite what you thought it would be, so. Maybe I'll read it again. Maybe I just wasn't in the right frame, because it really is kind of out there.
And I would say that's the thing, right? Like, games and movies, you can have that too. But I really feel like books are definitely more impacted by your frame of mind at the time, or where you're at and what you're doing and reading it. Because there's books I read back in high school, and I was like, I hate this trash. That I went back and read much, much later in adulthood, and I was like, it's actually a pretty good book.
Yeah.
Or music. Music, I'd also say, is also very similar with books.
Yeah.
And I think that's because the book puts the onus, and also music puts the onus on the listener or the reader. To kind of
Right,
come
because
with
you're not.
visual effects, right? Whereas we're not being force fed the image.
Yeah. I was about to. That's the point I was gonna make. But that's very well put. It's not like a game where you're actively doing something, and it's not like a movie where you're watching it. You have to frame everything in your head.
Working.
Yeah, I mean that's a good way of putting it. You're kind of sounding a little down too, by the way.
Ah, damn it. Why is it doing this?
That's really weird.
It is.
I keep saying that, but
Alright, let me try and figure this out.
so now you're good.
Yeah, let me try and figure this out. Steam.
Yeah, we'll just sit here and just chill for a minute. I'll go ahead and give my next one while you're figuring that out, if that's okay.
Yeah.
This is kind of cheating because last I heard it was being talked about as being made into a movie. And there are 3 Nick Cutter books I have read that I have enjoyed immensely. They are Little Heaven, The Deep, and The Troop. And if I were to put them in order of which ones I liked, I would put The Deep first, Little Heaven second, and The Troop third. But they are all 3 excellent books. But I would say The Troop would probably make the best movie. That's my number 5, The Troop by Nick Cutter. It's about a group of scouts that go to an island for a scouting retreat, and
Hopefully that works.
you sound perfect.
Thank
Volume
you.
wise. A group of scouts that go to a retreat on an island to do scout things, and there's a weird parasite that infects them where basically they have to keep eating or their bodies just deteriorate away, and it's really like a body horrific type horror book. And there's more to it than that, but a group of scouts on an island that some weird parasite virus thing is messing them up. That's my number 5. But again, any of the Nick Cutter books that I enjoyed, there was a 4th one I've read that I did not like at all, The Handyman.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was The Handyman or The Handyman something. I really did not like it. I thought it was horrible. But
we got another one of those Ravners. Sorry. Got it.
no, good. Any of the Nick Cutter books would be a good movie. So I'll just include all 3. The Troop, Little Heaven, The Deep, but I would pick The Troop if I had to pick one. The Deep was my favorite of his. The Little Heaven was good. I think Dad read them too. He really liked, if I remember, Little Heaven, which is another one that would be very hard to describe, but yeah. Man, I hope I'm not rambling too much with my
No. That's what they're here for.
yeah. Any of these books I would recommend people checking out, you know. I'm not very good talking about this stuff when I do plan it.
Right. I'm the
I
same
just
way,
hit
though.
like interact. What are we doing? Interacting.
Yeah, let's look around, see what we got.
Oh,
And
okay.
you let me know if I start sounding weak again. There's a med kit over here. You know, they call it stems, but I'm just calling it med kit.
Medicaid stems.
Medicaid. You know what's infuriating is the books that I want to pick too have already been made into movies, but they've been made into shitty movies.
I grabbed another medical thing. I didn't. I should have asked if you wanted it.
I think I'm good. I should be good.
You are in general, so. Have you gone down yet?
No.
No, okay, I have, so. Twice, I think. I can't remember.
Comes in threes.
Very exposed. Expect a bumpy ride.
And
Oh, yeah,
if you look
nothing's
over
gonna
here,
happen.
Event Horizon got its inspiration from those ships over there.
Prefer not to
Oh,
discuss
yeah.
it.
That's why everyone always says it's very clear that they got the inspiration for the ship in Event Horizon from 40K, because their spaceships are like Gothic cathedral ships. They're the size of planets for the most part. In short stories, that's the other thing that's prohibiting me from really clamping down on more for my list right now. Because I can think of a bunch of short stories, but I don't count those as books per se. Defend the chain. Okay, we're doing this again.
Protect those chains.
Alright, let's do that. Because, you know what? I'm tired of you.
Target is
Bring it on. I'm just gonna hunt the big guys as much as I can.
Alright.
Bastards are after the chains.
frag grenade deployed.
Oh, really? We're gonna play this game?
Shit. I got ganked in the back.
Does our buddy have you?
Yeah.
They harry the chain.
Don't forget to press Y if you need to heal.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Suppressive fire around the chain. Now.
I am out of ammo.
Oh, change. Which change?
Restocking.
Chains seem okay right now.
Gotcha.
God. I'm about to go down again.
Did you use your Y yet?
Oh, I did earlier, and I just noticed it's up again.
Permanent stuff.
Orgo.
Tyranids bombarding the chains.
All right, it says the next time I'm gonna die. So
Overwatch on the lift mechanisms.
Hopefully this ride is over soon.
Yeah. I don't mind this, but
Munitions secured.
Special tactics. Loading fresh
it can be a little much. I think it's over.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you need grenades, there's grenades right there.
resupply.
Still coming in good?
Yeah. Yeah, you're good. Still haven't even thought of a second dinosaur movie.
You fought admirably.
No, it's horrible.
What was that? Medkit.
Thank you.
Let my rage be renewed.
Let us get to work.
Power sword's fine, but chainsword's got style. I'm definitely a man.
Explosives.
Yeah.
Over substance.
That door.
Yeah, that's true.
Checking.
I mean, power swords are cool, right? They're like energy swords kind of things.
Let's go.
I will definitely try that hammer out though.
You said the
Oh, down.
marksman bolt carbine's good?
The stalker.
Oh, the stalker.
Yeah. It's got a zoom thing and it does headshots pretty decently.
Nose's Thunderhawk. yeaaaah. Do not
Imura.
The words of the arch enemy hold dangerous power. One should not dismiss any data that may be relevant.
Have you
That
ever
is a good
faced
point.
the enemy, Sergeant?
Regrettably, I have not.
Then I
Does he just
suggest
lead
you
back up?
listen to your brother.
Yeah, I think we need to go in here.
Okay, I just see it. Just sees that.
The ominous candle tells me this is the way to go.
If the arch enemy is involved, might we not encounter them here? I hope we do. I wish to have words with those traitors. My blood rages at the thought of them.
They'll be counting on your hatred. Be sure they don't use it
Sure.
against you.
There's a guardian relic here. I don't know if you can use it again if you've used one. Have you used one?
Yes. Yep. Oh man. I'm glad they're there, but then I feel bad. But hey.
Hey, they're there to be used.
Yep.
I'm still struggling with books because it's like most of what I
Yeah.
like has already been done or done terribly.
Through here, brothers. The Adeptus Mechanicus put up a fight here. Those vile creatures take every crevice.
How far to the cogitator?
With no direct route. But take longer than I'd like.
Well, we did go through half of them pretty fast, so.
Yeah, we did. Books as movies. I'm gonna lift restrictions. I'm gonna allow short stories,
Okay.
and I'm gonna allow movies that may have been based on books, but were done shitty. Now, that does work to my advantage, but it's also to point out so I can sit here and complain about crappy movies. Then maybe even expound upon why I think they're crappy. So, number 6. My favorite Lovecraft story. Pickman's Model. Could even be like a 45-minute short. Could be part of like an anthology movie of Cthulhu stuff. Very simple story about a painter who gets his has actually very little to do with like the Cthulhu mythos stuff. It's about cannibals. Once again, wrapping up our or connecting our video from the last time we played. Oh, look at that little shadow. You know what that is? That's a lictor. That's what it looks like to me.
Ah,
It's got the tendrils on the front. And very much those big talons that they are known to have. Oh, they're not even talons. They're like these big shoulder spike things, if I remember.
They're
Anyways,
plotting something.
Pikmin's Maul for my number 6. Number 7
Insects be capable
is going
of,
to be a proper Conan the Barbarian movie
then what guides them?
based on any of his stories, really, of Robert Howard. Problem is, a lot of times the movies that we do get are actually amalgams of multiple stories, or not even Conan the Barbarian. Like the often cited one where people say it was good, which I disagree with, was the first Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, Conan the Barbarian, which they actually took a lot of stuff from Cole. Here's a stem over here. Cole the Conqueror, which then they later did a Cole the Conqueror movie, and they borrowed from Conan, and the Cole the Conqueror movie was terrible. Stems right there.
oh,
Kevin Sorbo, I think, was in that. Where do we have to reach? There? Oh, it wants us to go there. We don't want to go there, then. We want to go around everywhere else.
okay.
I'm a big fan of Conan the Barbarian and a lot of Robert E. Howard stuff. Solomon Kane gets a pass because it's actually a pretty decent movie.
Yeah, just like
Hard to get a hold of, but decent flick to watch.
Corridor hive segmentum 19K21B.
Conan the Destroyer was okay, kind of dumb fun, more like a D&D movie than anything.
010
Grace Jones,
cycle overflow.
Wilt Chamberlain. Right? I think
Chamberlain,
Wilt
yep.
Network neural verification code 1010.
And the Jason Momoa movie was complete garbage, even worse than the
You
Arnold.
saw that in theaters, and I couldn't remember. I couldn't tell you anything about it.
It had the guy from Avatar in it, the Colonel guy. It had Rose McGowan in it.
Stephen Lang. Yeah, he's pretty. I like him though.
Yeah,
He's
he
pretty
usually
good.
does good stuff.
He's in that Don't Breathe movie too.
Yeah,
He's pretty good.
so that's number 7. So that at least opens the floodgates up a bit for me. Otherwise, it'd be a lot more difficult because I'd actually have to go back and check on my little library I got.
I do have a number 6, and I admittedly, okay, I wanted to shoehorn this author in because he's one of my favorite, probably my favorite author going these days, Stephen Graham Jones. And I don't want to pick my favorite book of his is The Only Good Indians. I actually wanted to pick, if you don't remember, he's the horror writer that's he's written a lot of slasher stuff that are basically love letters to the genre because he's a huge slasher fan, horror movie fan in general. He wrote a book called I Was a Teenage Slasher about basically a young man who turns into a slasher, and the whole process of how it happens and how it became and the tropes that wind up being true and all this and that. It's a very entertaining read. It's nothing super heavy, but it's definitely a lot of his stuff that you read, you can feel the love for the genre, and that's definitely one of them. I Was a Teenage Slasher by Stephen Graham Jones. Check out his stuff if you're into horror movies, slashers in particular. He's got the Indian Lake trilogy is really good. Like I mentioned, my favorite one isn't a slasher, but The Only Good Indians. He is Native American, so a lot of his stuff is Native American, dealing with that kind of stuff. But very good stuff. Stephen Graham Jones, excuse me. Check him out. Number 6, I Was a Teenage Slasher.
They're coming. Watch your back.
Oh, I do like this. It is very creepy. As long as nothing big comes, because I think that would really suck. This is really cool. Oh,
You know something big's gonna come. Yeah, it's another lecture.
I got a couple good shots at him.
No, Mr. Predator.
Click to neutralize.
Wait, that couldn't have been. That was a lot easier than the other one. Right?
Yeah, I think it's one of those situations where the first one they introduce
Oh,
is
it's
like
like
tough,
a-
and
like
then
a
after that they
yeah.
become like normal enemies.
Yeah.
Stop that. Let me guess, it's going down again. Yes, why is my volume going down? Ah, stop it. I'll have to figure it out.
It didn't sound like you were going down unless you were caught it really fast.
I have been paranoidly checking like
Oh.
every 30 seconds.
Mm.
Bugs me so much. Why is it doing this now?
Perfect.
It didn't do this
I got-
during when our Portal 2 stuff. It didn't do it during the first Space Marine video. I have no idea why it's doing it now.
They wish to interfere with our objective.
Our objective is of no concern to them. Their only wish is to kill us.
Let's do this to save time in the future. There we go. Ammo boxes.
Resupplying.
No. No chairs.
No chaplains. You guys are mean to me. Arrgh. Oh, okay.
Oh, baby Carnifex.
Do not get caught when it charges at you.
Come and meet your end, vile beast.
Oh, shoot. He is after me.
Oh, just time that grenade. Yeah, this is a small version of the what they are in the tabletop and in the lore, but again, I get why they did that. The game.
Yeah. But I like it. Even the smaller ones, I like. Nope. Dodge. Leave me alone. There are 2 other people in here, buddy.
Restocking.
It's kind of weird that he's just targeting you.
I mean, that's fine as long as you guys can take them down. Oh, that happened. I do like the pistol one-handed reloading.
Oh
Pretty
yeah.
neat. Yo! I was busy with my buddies. Is there ammo box? Yeah. Is he down? No. No! No, he's right behind me.
Yeah, he went back to going after you again for some reason.
Oh.
I got a piece of that statue enough for more sport.
Yeah.
I once faced a contest alone, with nothing but a bolt pistol.
All right.
That was sport.
Well, I am glad to share in the glory of this kill.
All right.
1 second. I'm looking something up real fast. Gotta make
No
sure I
worries.
get the name this correctly. Okay, my number 7 is a book. I think I know Dad's read it. I think he liked it too. Killing It. It would be a horror movie. It is about this. I can describe. It takes place in one location. That's a plus. A comedy club, and it's about a group of comedians in a comedy club, and the owner gets taken over by this evil force, and it's about him basically going after them and killing them, and they have to survive the night. And it's just a really well done, funny book. You know, obviously it's horror, so there's a horrific parts, but it's just about this group of comedians trying to survive a night in a comedy club when the owner is taken over by this evil presence type thing and goes psycho on them. Killing It is the name of the book. Mike, I just had it up. Mike Bachhaven, I think it said. Let me look at it again. I want to give him credit.
Don't tell me that was what was causing it. Nope. Damn it. Stop it.
Yeah, no, Mike Bachhaven. Killing It by Mike Bachhaven. Pretty good book. Very good read. Nice, fun story for a horrific horror story.
Yeah, I definitely give it from the sounds of it.
Pretty good
Definitely
premise,
good
you know, the one location thing, a group of comedians in a comedy club. Obviously, there's, you know, some dark humor involved with it, but it also is actually pretty legitimately horrific. So,
I'd like to throw into the ring, half jokingly, of course, a short story called 6 Chambers of Hell.
that was a pretty cool idea.
I was trying for like an anthology thing, you know.
Yeah.
No, I'm not counting that. Because one, it's technically not even published. Well, it's not even, not technically, it's not fucking published. What am I technically? Technically. If it's written, it exists.
Alright.
Restocking.
Hold on, let me check this real quick. It's still going down, I think. Alright, I'll stop. Checking every 5 seconds.
What manner of research could justify such a waste of human life? It does not surprise me.
Oh, Ultramarines does not give 2 flips about this. That's a salamander thing. Give me a break.
Well, secretly, he wants to be a salamander.
Too bad. That's not how it works.
The most compassionate of animals, apparently.
Salamander. Alright, let me look this up just to get this part over and done with. Okay, let's do this first.
War gear prime.
Okay.
I'm sucking today.
Dinosaur movie. Kids
Yeah, help me
go
out here,
to
man.
Dinosaur City. Is it called Dinosaur City? I think it's called Dinosaur City. The Adventures in Dinosaur City. It's a 1991 American science fiction children's film directed by Brett Thompson.
Do I have to?
I
Yeah, how
remember.
about
I
you-
remembered it. I just didn't remember the name.
How about your special tactic be not sucking so much? And I'm talking about me.
And the last, third dinosaur movie I'd recommend. It's a classic, bad movie we all know and love. I think it even got sequels. It's called Carnosaur. Because really, when you think about it, there really isn't too many like great dinosaur movies.
I know, right?
I mean,
I'm looking
I
at-
said baby, but
I'm cheating and looking at a list, and like literally the first 5 of them are all Jurassic Park movies. It's got Night at the Museum. I wouldn't call that a dinosaur
yeah, that's
movie.
not a dinosaur movie.
King Kong, I wouldn't call that a dinosaur movie, although those are cool parts of it. Holy crap, have I not seen any dinosaur movie? I love dinosaurs, and I've not seen any dinosaur movies outside of the Jurassic Park.
Well, see,
How am
the
I just-
difference, it's like dinosaur movies. What then would be the correct? How many dinosaurs has to be in it?
Yeah, right.
I mean, there's Prehysteria, but again, they're like little dinosaurs, and there's like 4 or 5 of them. And it's mostly human cast. Of course, you have some Ray Harryhausen films that have dinosaurs as themes in them, or like creatures in them, but it's not a dinosaur movie.
I'm looking, so I'm cheating, obviously. I'm looking at a list, animated actually. There's a movie, 1969 from Canada, a 2D animated short, Bambi Meets Godzilla.
Oh, geez.
And I want to see that. I don't know how, but I want to see it.
I guess you could toss Primal on the list. Isn't that what it was called?
I don't remember.
Tartovskis?
Oh, yeah.
About the cave
Yeah.
guy, and he teams up with like a
Yeah,
T-Rex
that was
thing.
pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Very sad ending, though. If I remember correctly. Although I think
It went on
there
for
were
a couple
one.
seasons.
Yeah, it did. Oh, Ice Age. I guess Ice Age.
Travis boxed in.
Wait, none of them were dinosaurs, though. All right,
Yeah, as far as I
gotta
know, they weren't dinosaurs.
think. There's a. I just died. Yeah, that was me.
Okay.
That was me. I'm not doing too good today.
Yeah, it's just an off day. Also, the list is kind of throwing us through a loop.
It really is.
Well, at least it starts us off here. Wait.
Oh,
Okay, we gotta do that part again.
I mean, I could just pick 2 Land Before Time. Scooby-Doo, Legend of the Phantasaur. The Super Mario Brothers movie is on this list as a dinosaur movie.
I mean, I guess somewhat.
I guess they're just throwing stuff out if it's got a dinosaur in it.
Because that movie's about as Super Mario Brothers as Heat is.
Let's see. I don't think I'm going to find any other ones, to be honest with you. So I'll just say Jurassic Park 2 and
Jurassic Park 3?
I don't mind. I outside of the last one, was the only Jurassic Park movie I really felt I just totally disliked. The rest of them, I'm like, okay, at least I might not like it, but at least I can watch the dinosaurs. Which is too bad because the last one was the one that brought, Grant and Sadler and Malcolm back, but they took a backseat to the Chris Pratt crap going on, and it was just. But the first of the newer Jurassic Park movies is pretty decent, I thought.
Well, my biggest hang up with 3 was... I mean, 3's fine. It ends on that point where the Marines land on the island, and then you're like, alright, Marines versus dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That'd be a movie.
Yeah.
It was not the movie. As for the... I only saw that one Chris Pratt one, and by that point it was just kind of like, meh.
Yeah, I mean, they're not... I'd rather
they're
they didn't make
things in cinema. But.
And we've talked before about how it would have made a better movie just the whole movie being about the dinosaurs and people living together. So. Oh, Cherion is down there. What's you doing down there, buddy?
My job. What are you guys doing up there?
What you guys refuse to do? Actually, now that I think about it, have we had to revive him at all?
No, we have not. Plasma incinerator. Alright, I'll give it a try. Bro, it's just a bigger plasma gun. Maybe it's better than the plasma pistol.
Permission to speak.
What plagues your mind, Corporal?
Captain, intelligence reports that the Tyranids are on their way.
Roll up units in key corridors. Let's get them closer.
But
Do it, Corporal.
Do it. Alright, so we knocked out some dinosaur movies for y'all to check out. Name some of your favorites. It's just gonna be Jurassic Park, isn't it? It's just gonna be Jurassic Park.
Unless you really, really like Land Before Time.
Yep. If you're into a Don Bluth phase.
Or you've seen Bambi Meets Godzilla. Or you consider Ice Age a dinosaur movie. You just need better dinosaur movies, you know?
Well, I mean, if they count Bambi versus Godzilla, then every freaking Godzilla movie counts.
Oh, yeah.
And Destroy All Monsters would be on the list for me. Heck yeah.
That's a good. Yeah.
But would anyone say Gigan is a dinosaur? I don't think so, but... cyborg space turkey with a buzzsaw and hook hands. A buzzsaw belly, hook hands, and a laser beam eye. That screams dinosaur.
We'll disable it once we have the data.
First one to make Godzilla bleed, though.
That reminds me of those shorts you used to show me, the funny ones.
Oh, yeah.
I forget who made them, but they were pretty good. Cogitator. Cogitate? You just made that word up, Space Marines.
Oh, big stretch. Man, I still need 3 books. Even with my cheating.
I had to go books I've read lately.
Again, the problem is, like, a lot of the books I read are, like, old books. Or philosophy books. You can't really make a movie about a philosophy book. I guess you could try. Be a very boring movie for most people. Most of the books I've read have already had movies made from because people were like, "Oh, this is a good book. I'm gonna make a movie of it."
Wait. Open file project Aurora.
Register intention requisition.
Open the
I guess I can throw out another G.K. Chesterton book, The Ball and the Cross.
Yeah, I
Oh,
guess I'm
yeah.
gonna have to double dip too.
That'll be my number 8. We've talked about The Ball and the Cross before. Basically, an atheist and a Christian,
brother.
Yes,
or
yep.
yeah, a religious person and an atheist get in an argument, and they want a duel, but they keep getting interrupted, and it's about them just traveling around, meeting different people, interrupting their duel,
A deist.
and then eventually they become, you know,
Display code
they start to talk and blah blah blah, and then weird stuff happens because it's by the same guy who wrote The Man Who Is Thursday. So it is also very kind of strange. But The Ball and the Cross.
This
My
whole
number
place will
8.
collapse onto the city beneath us. Get them off the core.
I'm kind of trying to surprise myself with the pick. That's what I'm. Killing it was kind of, I just popped in my head as a legit one that I thought would work. And I'm trying to. Are they just jumping in there to like mess with it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, they're all part of one singular consciousness. They are not like individual things. They're like cells in a human body to what the Tyranid is. The Tyranid's like one actual gestalt consciousness. All these little things are just extensions of it.
And I'm guessing they don't know where to find this one.
No, they barely seen, like, hive fleets are like the equivalent of, like, I don't know, a mole on the arm. And that can contain trillions of Tyranid organisms. We're just seeing the beginning tip tendrils of what hive fleets are connected to. No one knows what it looks like. These are just literally the vanguard, the tip of the tendril. Oh, that popped him pretty good.
What did you shoot them with?
Plasma gun.
Okay, yeah.
Charged up the shot.
Yeah. That was pretty good. Oh, following Cherry, and he knows where to go. He is now the leader.
This way, guys. Didn't you read the briefing? Nope.
Alright, is this gonna be another holdout thing?
Stand by.
Yeah, stand by.
Ball rifle grenade launcher. But I'm not hating this.
There's an ammo box, a couple ammo boxes too, so.
Keep them off the okay, is this going to be another hold the position?
Hold the line.
Oh, they're doing this thing.
Gotcha.
There are grenade boxes somewhere.
They've hit the reactor. Hold them back, damn it!
Reactor remains unstable. Disengage additional pylons.
Move to the next console. Make haste.
Continue. Where do we continue?
Oh, I got it. It's
Oh. I see. No, we had to move to like a different section.
right. I did too.
How many pylons?
Stand by. That was a jump master command. And it kind of didn't give us too many grenades this part.
Temperatures have fused remote circuits.
Yeah.
Manual intervention required.
Drone, damn it! They are making another push. Intercept.
Oh, there's blowy up stuff.
Well, I'm out of grenades.
Yeah, me too. Did you hop down there? I mean, that would be suicide, but...
The beast craves death, brothers.
Yeah, I don't know.
They never learn. Now you will show fear.
Yeah, that core is not doing well.
Reactor approaching critical failure.
Oh, it's still at 72%. It's good.
Gauge remaining.
No, right?
Shutdown sequence.
I think that's still passing. I don't know.
Activate those controls.
Sometimes.
Full copilot jettisoned. Reaction has entered entropic decay.
Alright, my number 8.
That was the last of them.
Warhammer Fantasy, the Gosh Trilogy. I didn't want to do it, but I'm going to do it again. It's about the creator of necromancy and Warhammer Fantasy. His life, his death, his real life, his undeath.
Have what we came for.
His wars against the Ratmen, the Skaven, how he killed his brother, the war with the Tomb Kings and Khemri when he turned like 60% of the whole world into undead, slavering minions. His fall and then his rise again. It'd be great for a trilogy. And it's okay to do movies about villains. Make a movie about a villain. That's why any Doctor Doom stuff that they're going to do is going to fail. Because they're going to make remake the character in a terrible way. Number 9 is a Lovecraft short story again. This one's called The Festival. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. If you ever played Resident Evil 4, Evil Within, you know, scenes where there's a village. It's basically inspired by The Festival. Guy goes to a festival off in somewhere in the spooky parts of New England, because apparently they're all over the place up there.
Lieutenant,
And stumbles upon a grisly festival. I wouldn't even be surprised if there has been a short movie or a movie done about it.
Direct that
But-
request to our captain.
Give me a tactical overlay of the city.
Captain.
A minute.
the Adeptus Mechanicus must be stopped.
What?
If they trigger the weapon, the results could be catastrophic.
Well, don't trigger the weapon then.
And what makes you suddenly an expert in Mechanicus research?
The festival, the picture in the house, and the Dunwich Horror were adapted into short claymation films. They were released to the DVD video collection H.P. Lovecraft's The Dunwich Horror and Other Stories.
Fragment of the Dark God's power.
Ah,
Oh, by Toei Animation in August.
Titus, the Mechanicus.
They did things like Dragon Ball, Mazinger Z,
Talking of Graya, of all places.
Captain,
interesting.
the Transformers,
hands on this thing.
Enough! I will hear no more on the subject.
stuff that we watched growing up.
Now.
That's Toei.
Oh,
Aye, sir.
Then get down there and find him.
I'm talking like live action. As much as claymation's pretty damn cool. I like the sound of that.
Who would see you sent back to the Inquisition?
Alright, it's not doing that change anymore. I wonder if it's because I changed something in the game where I turned off microphone in the game itself. So I'm down one movie. I wasn't paying attention at all during that.
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with the story.
After everything that happened,
There's something about something shouldn't be triggered because it would be catastrophic, and he's like, "Well, how do you know?" And he said,
stray words have cost me dearly.
"Keep pissing me off, and we'll send you back to where you were before."
To be honest, most of the time, you don't need story for a good Warhammer game. It's nice, but it's just all about the hacking and slashing.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here for. Don't want to make it seem like I'm not interested in the game, folks. It's just trying to come up with these lists while playing is a whole different beast than what we normally do.
Yeah, definitely.
New war gear, so maybe we get the hammer.
Maybe you should keep your floating armor thing down at the ground the whole time. Like, why are you up there? Let's see. Heavy bolt rifle. A little low capacity compared to, or low firepower. Sniper rifle, I did not like that. So we'll stick with go to the dance with the one you brought, whatever that phrase is. Stalker bolt rifle. Heavy pistol. Yes.
Yeah, I will say, wish there was a bit more weapon options. I know they saved a lot of that for the operations part of the game, but for the main story. Oh hey, look, they added a new thing over here.
I'll stick with the power sword.
They added Carnifex to the room. Let's see, what do we got? We've got monster scything talons. Looks like it's got 4 monster scything talons. No crushers. Okay.
Oh wait, what's this? What'd you say?
Oh, one of the Carnifexes.
Oh, cool.
And I was talking about the loadout. It's got 4 monster scything talons, which is like your stock standard loadout. They can have like guns and stuff. They're kind of like the battering rams and mobile weapon platform. Alright, equivalent. Because the Tyranids don't have tanks in a traditional sense, because everything's living. It's kind of the shtick. Everything's an organism.
I'm tired of reckless fools.
I hope you do not mean us.
Not unless you worship the Omniscient.
Ah, then I share your distaste.
Omniscient? Who's the Omniscient?
The little wretches have been found crawling through water pipes, sewage,
I think the Omnicide has to do with the Mechanicus.
Oh, okay.
Let me look it up. I've heard it before. I'm not an Imperium person, folks. The Omnicide is a central figure in the belief system of the Adeptus Mechanicus, often equated with the machine god or Deus Mechanicus. He is seen as the origin of all human technology and science and is viewed as humanity's ally. Many in the cult Mechanicus believe the Omnicide is the emperor of mankind, or a physical manifestation of the machine god, which is a challenging belief for the Orthodox ecclesiarchy to accept.
Ecclesiarchy.
Yeah. It's a word, an actual word. If I remember. Yeah, ecclesiarchy should be just like religious, I think.
Yeah.
A government ruled by or in conjunction with religion.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of separation of church and state, it's the amalgam of church and state. The Amglam universe. Robes and a top hat. Alright, we're not going to mess with operations because apparently that has something to do with spoiling the story, so it might be something we'll look at after.
Yeah.
I know that one's more class-based, so that's kind of neat. And you get perks and stuff to unlock it and whatnot. It'd be kind of like a third-person version of Vermintide.
For my number 9, I am also gonna kind of cheat. It's not really cheating. I don't know why I think it would be, but actually I kind of want to reread this book, and I do own it. So, Parasite Eve,
Okay.
the novel, which the game is based. Well, you know all this. Just for those of you unaware, the game is based off of, but they are vastly different. More, if I remember correctly, a science fiction medical horror thriller type. But yeah, Parasite Eve, I have read it. I can't give you any particular details about it other than it's the game is loosely based off it, but and I do want to read it again, but that would be my number 9, Parasite Eve. I don't remember it being like vastly horrific or anything, more of like a, you know, medical horror thriller kind of thing, I guess. But of course I could be mistaken because it has been a while. But
Minor damage. Tech team is inbound.
or if they just want to do a movie on the game, that would work too.
That's what we were
That
really
was-
angling for.
That's my cheating angle.
Make haste. We have considerable ground to cover.
So I got one more. This was also a fun list, but definitely harder.
Yeah.
What was that?
Looks like a neurothrope placed on Overwatch's
Oh, really?
What is a neurothrope?
It is
The
a
explode big.
newer
So.
Tyranid model, but it's kind of like an adaptation of the zone thrope. They use poison gas that they exude around them.
target destroyed.
They have like tendrils and they kind of float around and they're just like toxic gas companies. You'll see it when you get there. Or wait, no, that's a venom throw, but neurothrope's like a souped up zone thrope.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I have
that's what it'd be.
a tricky adversary.
I was thinking of venom thrope.
Oh, looks like little guys are shooting at something over there.
Little flashlights here. Yep. Go, last guns, go.
You mean torches?
Torches. Instigator bolt carbine. Stalker bolt rifle. What's this one?
Very good.
Yeah, they try. I think I already have. Looks familiar.
Clear the area.
Go, little tank, go. Chubby little bunny. Aid the Imperial Guard as I'm calling them. Wait, who's that guy? That's not Chiron, and that's not you. Who's that guy?
I don't know, but if they can revive me, I'm all for it.
Alright, this is actually a pretty good gun. It's got a
Like
good
the
ammo
instigator?
count, but yeah, the instigator. 3-round burst, it's got that same type of scope that you like.
Don't like bursts. That's just a personal preference thing.
Normally I don't either, but with how this auto aims more or less on the head, means I can pump out rounds quick into a warrior.
Nothing gets across with that beast up there.
What are we up against?
It has its rear covered and we do not have the manpower to break through. The Cadians are holding the bridge.
It has its rear covered.
Set up assault positions by the
I
bridge.
think I may have solved it.
We'll deal with the newer threat.
I may have solved it. I am brilliant.
Hmm.
Must have been something to do with the in-game mic being turned on, and that causing my mic volume to adjust downward.
Okay.
Only thing I can think of. But yes. It's not like Splatterhouse, Heath. They're not talking about that rear end cover. Where everything in that game was like shoving an anus into its own, or their head in its own anus. As much as I enjoy it, the PS3 one. We will never see, because I don't know if you remember it, but when you, an unlock in it is the first 3 Splatterhouses.
I do remember that.
Once you beat the game, you unlock all 3 of them. Yeah, chainsaw. Oh yeah.
They never learn.
Byron, how do you know Varellus? We served together in Ninth Company. I owe him my life.
We were best buds.
We were once defending a strong
Then he slept with my person.
We were battle brothers.
drill against my head. Varellus appeared, cut the bastard's arm off, and beat him to death with it. Let us honor him by avenging his men. Ready to deploy.
Lots of avenging going on.
Now that I think about it, I don't think I have ever heard of them telling a joke. Like, there's no Space Marine jokes. Like, they don't tell jokes.
Do they even do anything in their downtime?
Everything is geared towards war and serving the Emperor. With at best, if they can't even retire. The only time they retire is if they die, essentially. But some of them tried to escape. I'll send you some stuff about the Thunder Warriors. Kind of a neat thing. They were like the proto Space Marines.
I'm intrigued by this, not this guy who's killing me. The, wanting to escape. Some of them have tried to escape. Like after they've gotten the gene thing done.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's an ammo box floating here for some reason. If you need ammo.
They just decided what, they don't like killing, or
Who, the Thunder Warriors?
oh, was that, it was like a whole group of them?
Yeah, they were prototypes of the Space Marines back when the Emperor was like an actual living, breathing thing. He created the Thunder Warriors. Problem is that they were unstable and that they would die early. And they were more powerful than the basic Space Marine, but again, that's because of the instability. And when he finally took over Earth and unified it, the Emperor, he had no need Guardian Relic. He had no need for the Thunder Warriors, and he had already moved on to creating the Space Marines, so he had them hunted down and wiped out. Some of them survived, but very few. They kind of live on the fringes trying to hide best they can. But they're all doomed to die from multiple health issues and stuff. Unlike Space Marines, you can live for like hundreds of years.
I mean, he wouldn't let them just like live their lives out somewhere.
No, that's the Emperor for you. He's like a big dick. Horus Heresies, which is where some of the Space Marine chapters splintered and joined the evil Chaos factions.
I remember I read some of that stuff. You sent me some of the stuff
Yeah.
on that.
Basically, it's daddy issues. Because their dad was a giant dick. The Emperor's a douche. That's the gist of Warhammer.
This conversation is
Now, mind you, this is coming from someone that is not an Imperium player. I'm a Xenos, a filthy Xenos player, according to them. So, Tyranids, Dark Eldar, Necrons. Give me my aliens. Night Lords probably being the closest, because, well, they're cool. Data slate back here.
Cannon maintenance report 1.002.81. She's holding her shape and her form. Real beauty, this one. Hope she gets to see action. Each day I cleanse the sand from her joints, oil the gears.
Yeah, I'd say the problem I have with this is also a lot of the guns kind of feel the same.
Form the daily rites so the weapon's spirit will be swift and wrathful.
Oh, this way.
Dun, dun, dun.
Morales, ready your men.
Finally, an alarm.
We're about to take down the Neurothrope.
Yep, looks like we're going after the Nero fort.
Thort. Thort, thort.
I like how they have the big ammo cache and then the little ammo box over here. Okay. I'm guessing something's gonna happen because otherwise he's going down pretty fast.
Yeah, he is. Stop it. Stop it.
Melter bomb deployed.
Okay, he's kind of kicking my butt now. Shit.
The Xenos will have felt
There we go.
Morales, this is Titus.
Yeah, I got bogged down with him. I'm sure you did too, but a bunch of the little guys just
Yeah, yeah.
jumping all over me.
That was relatively pretty easy.
Yeah.
Travel well, brothers.
Lance of Jove, we are heading for the bridge. Status report.
Damage is worse than I thought. Tech priests are working on it now.
Keep me updated.
What am I doing? There's an ammo box back here. Now we'll refill all the ammo. I know.
Oh yeah.
Alright, I fixed the problem for sure. I'm gonna stop looking now. Alright. Hold on, let me look up this last book. It's gonna be my last Warhammer book because it's also my last pick. It's called... It is called Path of the Dark Eldar, which is actually a collection of 3 books. I'm just going to read the overview. For millennia, as Drupal Vecht has ruled the dark city of Kamara, crushing any who dare to cross him, his reach is long and his position unassailable, or so he thinks. A cabal of rebellious archons, allied with other darker forces, seek to unseat the tyrant and rule the city in his stead. As their actions bring about a cataclysm and draw the attention of the mysterious Harlequins, they are cast into grave danger, and Vecht is watching. In this novel trilogy, the backstabbing politics and twisted nature of the Dark Eldar is explored in grisly detail. So too is the Twilight Realm of Kamara, making this a must-read for any fan of the Dark Eldar. Andy Chambers was the author. He did a lot of good work for the game, tabletop game, and he did a lot of the novels. Pretty good book. Big fan of Dark Eldar, and it was a nice read, visiting the city of Kamara, which exists in like a place where multiple portals open up the different paths into the galaxy, and it's like a twisty, it's always like a changing city, almost like the movie Dark City in that regard, where it's always shifting and changing, so you can't ever give anyone accurate directions if they ever need to go to the gas station. Because it was right around the corner, and now it's 8 miles down the road. Heavy bolter, I'm gonna take it.
No time to gloat. We must keep moving.
I'm looking up my last one, so hold on.
Got my grenade launcher back. I still prefer my grenade launcher.
Just came to me.
Actually, I will take the carbine. Yeah, that's my top 10. I'll recap it once he's done with his...
The Looking Glass Wars, which is a trilogy of books that I read.
I'm kind of surprised you didn't say that one sooner, honestly. I forgot all about
It just came to me. I was trying to think of something non-horror, because I mean the vast majority of stuff I read is horror, so I was trying to think of something non-horror related. But it's basically an alternate take on the Through the Looking Glass, Alice in Wonderland stories from Lewis Carroll. They're very entertaining. Nothing like special. I just think they make really cool movies. Certainly better than the Tim Burton movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's a very different take on the whole Alice in Wonderland universe, I guess would be a good way of putting it. But The Looking Glass Wars by I had to look up the author, Frank Better. Check it out. It's pretty good.
All right, so
just for example, in the books, the Mad Hatter is Hatter M, and he's like the royal bodyguard, like this badass royal bodyguard type assassin character. The White Rabbit is like the royal. I think his name is Babbitt. Actually, there's slight differences, but it's stuff you would recognize. But yeah, check it out. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that's the top 10 list for top 10 books to be made into movies. On the fly, mind you, we didn't get to do any kind of thinking or in-depth research. We did it as we were playing in this moment. Off the cuff. Obviously, we had to make some amends to it, but because it's kind of hard to do. on the fly like this. But it was kind of a nice change of pace. We're trying to mix it up. Let us know if you prefer the old format where we kind of spend a week or so to think about it. Or if you prefer us struggling to come up with stuff on the fly. But remember, this is the only place on YouTube where you can get twice the value in your top 10 list, because you get 2 for the price of 1. Top 10 list real quick for mine was Don Quixote, Dante's Inferno, Blood Tide, Warhammer 40k novel, Go Truck and Felix, Warhammer Fantasy Battle novel, the Black Hearts Warhammer Fantasy Battle novel, number 6, Pickman's Model, Lovecraft, 7, Conan the Barbarian, 8, Nagash Trilogy, another Warhammer Fantasy Battle novel, number 9, The Festival, and number 10, The Path of the Dark Eldar. All should be made into movies. Thank me later.
My 10, The Looking Glass Wars, Parasite Eve, Ball on the Cross, Killing It, I Was a Teenage Slasher, The Troop, the Library of Mount Char, The Man Who Was Thursday, Pearl, and Winterset Hollow. Also should all be movies. Do them now. Make them good.
This is kind of like a stealth book recommendation, if you're thinking about it, right?
Well, it did give me an opportunity to recommend books that probably, or that definitely weren't on my top 10 list.
Yeah, that's true.
That was pretty cool, too.
And I did tie in at least some Warhammer stuff for the viewers, too, so it wasn't like completely off topic.
Yeah.
Just in case folks wanted to get into like 40k or fantasy. Don't know where to go or where to start. These are the ones I always enjoyed. And there's a bunch of others I could list of those. Oh my god, I didn't even think of doing any Shadowrun. I should have put Shadowrun somewhere on that list. I have all the Shadowrun novels. They're not very good books, but I mean, it's just neat. Which it's basically fantasy mixed with cyberpunk. So you have like elves and orcs and dragons. Dragons are like CEOs of companies. And the saying is never never deal with a dragon, like cut a deal, because they always backstab you. But it's like a cyberpunk thing, so it's like Blade Runner meets Lord of the Rings. No, not you. Was that your character? Are you gonna be a new character now? So that was the guy with the red helmet.
Yeah, it was.
Ah, one of my armies. One of my 2 Chaos armies, the Thousand Suns. These are the ones where those are automatons, so they're just dust inside there. Because that was Ahriman's,
Okay, well this just got interesting.
Yeah, now we're fighting cultists too.
So I was kind of paying attention to that cutscene because it was kind of neat. I don't know if you were tracking what they were doing, but they could tell that they were traitors just because they were acting all squirrely. That's why I kept cutting back and forth between them and the other guys, because they were looking at them like, you know, there's something up with these guys, and they're like. They were like, "Oh, you're deserters," and they're like, "No, we're not deserters." And he said, "Well, Vox your captain if you're not a deserter." One of them noticed a tattoo on their arm, and that's when they said ambush.
I am glad you were paying attention.
It was a pretty neat cutscene. I'm not doing it justice, so go back and rewind the video. Who is tagging me? Okay, these guys are they're like warping.
Yeah, they're Thousand Suns. Before they were turned to Chaos and followed the god Zinch, who looks like a Skeksis from the Dark Crystal, more or less. Well, actually, he looks like a pink horror, which you'll probably see them. I'm sure they'll show up. But They were the ones most attuned to being psychers and having, which is the equivalent of magic in the 40k setting. But these are just automatons, and the reason they're warping is because otherwise they just move slow, and they didn't want them to just move very slow like mummies. But they have very slow movement speed in the tabletop, for example. Yeah, they're just dust inside there. And they blow up with like magical energy because the spell Ahriman cast. I've gotten Ahriman Omnibus. About a bit of him.
I cannot hear. We were just attacked by the forces of chaos. You're certain? No doubt.
Are you certain?
Certain.
Yes, I'm certain.
Beat me up, Scotty.
Negative. We're minutes away. Find him and get him out of there. Hurry.
I am hurting on health.
What are we waiting for?
Yeah, me too. I went down once.
I'm sure there's going to be a Chaos Sorcerer somewhere, because, again, they're just automatons, and very like a Jewish golem kind of thing, right?
Right, okay.
Where they're kind of directed by someone else. Golems are cool. I told you that idea about Pacific Rim fantasy version where you, like, magic users create golems and they just kind of like curl up inside them, make like the heart. Now, Darktide, the game we regretfully will probably never play because I don't know, it just doesn't seem that great. The beta, I was not impressed. That's Nurgle, the Plague God.
Oh.
Zinch is the Changer of Ways, and he's about treachery and magic. Nurgle's plague and sickness. Khorne is blood and war. And Slaanesh is excess and perfection. Those are bloodletters? Alright. No, those are Zangors, okay. Beastmen, but with beaks. Which, you'd remember the Beastmen from the Warhammer fantasy game we played.
Yeah.
There are force fields covering the exits. They seem impervious to our weapons.
Yeah, they were in the fantasy game we played.
Worthless life is end.
But Zangors have beaks, because they're specifically, Zinch. Nope. Dodge. I gotta remember dodge is red.
I mean, it doesn't look like Cherion's losing health, so it says cover him, but... Alright, let me catch up to you.
No, dodge. Oh, were we supposed to cover him? I didn't even realize that.
But he wasn't losing health, I don't think, so, and there was no, like, percentage thing, so...
It bears the mark of the arch enemy.
I don't know if it really mattered. Where the chaos? Oh, it's this thing.
Yeah, if it looks weird, it's chaos.
Chaos.
Chaos. I don't know why that's so hard to find.
I know,
I found it, but it's like, why is it so hard to find?
I will not rest
Here's a scoped single fire energy rifle.
I'll try it. Yeah, it's scoped alright. It's got 12 shots. We'll see how it works.
Iron, I order you to regroup. I have other business. Oh, damn you.
You will need cover.
Move.
I've never seen him lose control like this.
He has put the fate of the whole system in jeopardy.
So,
Heretic cowards, I will end you all.
they keep saying he's in a rage. Is that like something, a common thing? Like
Maybe?
it's a, they keep talking like it's a problem, you know, like,
Now, for like Blood Angels, it's understandable. It's kind of one of their motifs, but
Back to the walk with you.
Ultramarines aren't necessarily prone to that kind of stuff, from what I remember.
Betrayers!
I'm running out of ammo.
oh, I picked a lot up. I'm sorry. There's a box over here. I was running ahead. Oh, there's a crate here. Sorry, ammo cache.
Cache.
Where are we supposed to go, man?
I think we're just supposed to follow up along the bridge with them. And then drop down and meet them.
Resupplying.
Oh, can we drop down here? No, not there.
Your treachery ends now. No traitors remain. Get to Cairo.
I don't like the
now.
Hellfire rounds that they're shooting. They're supposed to have special, like, warp flame rounds, excuse me.
War flame.
Warp
Explain yourself.
warp
Warp.
flame.
Okay.
Yeah.
Justify my
But
hatred. You need justify
they didn't look very warp flamey.
the traitors.
Tau Fire Warrior still has the best bolters.
You would throw away your life.
And that
to
game's
fight.
like 20-something years old at this point.
Death is my duty. Your duty is to the Emperor.
Your duty.
You will die. and
Your
unwed
duty is to the
soldiers is
Emperor.
not over some personal vendetta. Do you understand?
Yeah, the Blood Angels can go into something called like a Black Rage.
You should see this.
They don't. It's part of their gene seeds mutation. I don't know about the Ultramarines. And the Blue Bears.
News must be in there. They're using some kind of shield.
The altars. Same ones we encountered earlier. They must generate
Yeah,
a
we haven't
shield.
seen like a librarian, have
Destroy
we?
them. Then purge these abominations from
That's
the
their version of like wizards for Space Marines. They're called librarians.
It seems the traitor's motives are unmasked.
They throw books at people.
You clearly wish to stop Aurora.
You
Seriously?
will learn
No.
that when dealing with
Oh, okay.
heretics,
Not at all.
nothing is as it seems.
That'd be pretty cool.
Plasma?
Data slate back here.
Gaslight.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. There's a weapon thing over here. Picked up something called a plasma something or other. I would not recommend that last one to you.
Yeah.
Oh, they got little shields. Oh, I'll take these. Need grenades.
No victory for you here.
Come here, Charon. Slow your rage for a bit.
You told Akaran the Mechanicus must be stopped. Why?
The artifact we saw in those classified
Some ammo boxes
files
over there being.
may be of Chaos origin.
Why wasn't it destroyed?
It is immensely powerful. They believe they can control it.
And you're just gonna hand it over to Looms? Let it continue?
These are my orders.
Fine, I'll do the plasma pistol.
Space Marines always follow orders.
No, no, they do not.
What are they doing?
It matters not. Kill them.
Oh, is that a librarian?
That would be a Zinch sorcerer, I guess.
Another barrier. Sustained by that altar, no doubt.
Purge the heretic so we may destroy it.
Area secure.
Alright, let's see what we can scavenge before pushing forward. They're not
Yeah.
giving. They are not giving any like stems or anything, are they?
There's a bolt rifle with grenade launcher
Fresh magazine.
Ooh,
over here. In my direction.
I'm tempted. Oh, here's me.
Grabbing equipment.
I think I'm gonna try the instigator bolt carbine
Serve
again.
me well.
Alright. What's up there where you were? Anything up there?
Nah, not anything you'd want. There was a melta bomb, but I took it.
Alright.
No, like kits or guardian stuff or any of that.
Oh, I picked up a guardian one
Okay.
over by the grenade launcher thingy.
Yeah, I'm having trouble finding a weapon. I mean, the grenade launcher I like, but you only get 4 grenades, and then after that you gotta fish for ammo.
Oh, you can shoot through this thing. I thought it was a...
That is no simple sorcery. Look how twisted the altar has grown.
Oh, okay.
It seems alive. If it lives, then let us teach it a pain.
Plasma incinerator. Power sword. Shot grenades.
Ammo.
There we go.
Oh, ammo cache.
Munitions secured.
Arr, nope.
I'll take one of those stems. So I can have one. But I don't see any others so far.
There's a melta bomb.
Alright, with that, when you toss it down, you have to hold down B after you throw it.
I've got shock.
Okay. Alright. I'll worry about that one. Here's a health kit.
Okay, thank you.
Are you ready?
Yep.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do this. Oh, is
It'd
this
be funny if nothing happens.
All
You
right.
just sit here for 2 minutes. Just,
Drinks from us.
Then keep close and endure. We must disrupt the spell.
Until you need weapons and run out.
The heretics sent such a meager force to meet us.
Show them the error of their way.
More abominations that wish to die. Leave these monstrosities to me.
Ready to deploy special tactics.
Head on a swivel. Just teleporting in everywhere.
The wretches think they can stop us. Just believe in these delusions, brother.
Hold this.
those little sniper guys are pricks.
Your worthless life is ended.
What the hell? Damn.
Melted detonation imminent. Reloading weapon.
Oh. Chiron. Your job.
Did he get you?
Yeah, you got me.
Okay. I was over executing someone.
Ammunition depleted. Restocking.
Alright.
As hollow as your fallen brothers.
You at least can still bleed.
No. What are those?
Oh shit.
Melted on fire. Your treachery ends now.
What is going on?
The Emperor protects.
Yeah. Take this, Chaos Sorcerer. You can staff it, get it, like stuff it, but not. Okay.
Sorcery is undone.
Lieutenant Titus to Lance of Jove, status report.
We are patched up on our way.
See you at the objective.
Stuff floating in the air.
Normally it'd be funny, but because it's chaos,
Lance of Jove.
it's chaos.
Extraction.
Alright, did you want to call it after this? No, you said you wanted to get done earlier.
We'll see if this is the end of it. Probably, because it would be like an end of a level, right?
It's feeling like it's a culmination to
Yeah.
what we've gone through.
Let's see. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I do have work tomorrow.
Morius lose.
Yes.
I owe you my existence.
Come with us.
If you want to live.
The battle march.
Compliance, but
I must speak with Archmagus Nozick at once.
He's dead.
Dead.
You are to replace him. Lose.
You lose.
What's this guy's problem?
You lose. What was it? Octane Hunger Force? Little squiggly thing that would, like, excrete urine all over himself?
Oh, yeah, yeah. You mean like live in the attic or something?
I think so.
Or I might be...
Or under the house or something. Because I think
Yeah.
Mothman lived in the attic. And that was what's his name from Coach McGurk.
Oh, yeah, H. John Benjamin.
It's dangerous.
I have spent my life studying it. I assure you it's quite safe. In the right
This guy's one of those mechanical guys, right?
Yep.
He doesn't speak with that buzzing thing with the other guy.
Yeah, he's not as far along. Usually the more higher up the echelon you are in that organization, the less human you are, the more mechanical. Because the flesh is weak.
Captain Titus was killed on the Forge World of Graia over a century ago. He died holding the power source in his hands.
Is this not Titus from the first game? What a twist.
Not even an Astartes could survive power of that.
Trust me, it's not really spoiling. You can still play the first game if you ever want to seek it out. One of the worst final bosses in a game ever, I'll tell you that much, though. Not because it was tough, but because it was literally a quick time event.
Nah, I hate
But it was like 2 button presses. So it wasn't like a long quick time event. It's like, at that point, why?
There's like ran out of ideas and like,
I guess. That and the fact you have to play as a space marine. Ugh, space marines. God. Oversaturated. Universe is vast. It's quiet whenever it's black screen now. I feel bad. Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for joining us, folks. Hopefully you're having a good day, and if you're not, let us know in the comments. Follow the jam session. Rescue Morias. I was going to say Morias.
news.
We must report to Captain Akaran.
All right, let's report to Captain. No, let's save it here.
Yeah.
That way we can report to the captain. Start fresh. We'll know what we're doing, so we don't do it now, and then we're like, what were we doing again? So.
Good point.
All right, folks, thanks for sticking with us. Hopefully you've been enjoying our rambling attempts at trying a new format for our top 10 list. It's not the standard. It's just we wanted to mix it up a bit. This time we covered top 10 books we'd like to see made into movies. And once again, you get twice the value because you get 2 top 10 lists for the price of 1. Subscribers, y'all stay awesome. You have an amazing day, or if you prefer, stay amazing. You have an awesome day. Drive by Rubneck and Reviews. Catch you next time. Until then, folks, y'all have a good morning, good afternoon, and a Space Marine dawn of awesome night.
Night, everyone.